Hello, and welcome to the apocalypse, bringing you your daily dose of insanity in this insane world. Today, we are continuing our little adventure, little, into the longest journey. The first game of the longest journey, or the Dreamfall trilogy. There's been a short break due to of a personal nature. I'm not gonna divulge too much, but I'm back and I'm gonna try and stream more regularly. I'm gonna try and finish this game as fast as I can, but I am going to enjoy it because I am truly enjoying the game. Now, the last time, um, to make a quick recap of what happened, our mentor, Cortez, got captured and we got tossed into Arcadia after finding out where the Vanguard are situated on Stark, which is what we consider Earth. And now I have to find my way back from Arcadia by myself to Stark. And I'm gonna try and do that by myself. And the last time I streamed, I finished off reading a lot of lore into Arcadia. And that is where we left off. So let us continue now, shall we?
It's a circular hollow about 20.
Now, what we are going to do is swindle the swindler. I will admit I had to look that up because I just couldn't wrap my head around how you were supposed to win at this game until it turned out it was magnetism. To be more correct, how the coins magnetize towards the screwdriver, which I had no clue was an actual thing. I don't even know if that is an actual thing. But if it is a pretty neat trick, and it is how I'm gonna swindle the swindler. I hope. Okay, let's give it a try. See how it goes.
I'll try one more.
Keep your eyes on the cup. Now, you guess which cup hides your coin. If you get it right, you win another coin, 3 in a row, and you win a prize.
Okay, let's...
Nothing happened.
Okay.
Hey, that cup moved.
And that is apparently how you swindle the
It's gotta be
swindler.
this one.
That's correct, but that's... You used magic, didn't you? You used your magic wand.
Nuh-uh. Your amulet didn't light up, did it?
No, but it's impossible.
Because you use magic yourself? Because nobody's supposed to ever win your game? They have a name for people like you, sir. Con artist.
What?
You tell
I'm
him.
outraged.
Yes, you tell him, April.
I'm outraged.
Yeah, at loss for words is where you
Whatever.
are.
I want my prize.
Prize? You don't get a prize for winning once. Especially when you're cheating. You cheat.
You want me to call the city guard? I demand a prize.
Oh, by the gods of gambling. Here, take this and leave me be.
A calculator? Where did you get this?
Oh, I don't know. Won it off some guy who got it from someone else who's supposedly been in stock. It's a it's a valuable souvenir from the mysterious and elusive world of logic. Now, would you please let me be? Let someone else play. Yes?
Can I trade the screwdriver?
I'll make a trade with you. My magic wand for one of your prizes, and then I'll leave your game alone.
What's the catch?
No catch. You get a magic wand, and I get one of your exotic prizes.
All right. Fair enough. Which prize would you like?
It's an important choice, so I'll think about it before I decide.
Very well. But honor our agreement. And for the love of the balance, don't sell that magic wand to anyone but me.
It's a talking bird.
I'm not talking to you.
Wow. So that's what happens when you actually swindle the swindler. He just refuses to straight up talk to you. Now, I do want that
You still
bird, though.
interested in a trade?
Which prize?
I haven't decided.
Very well.
It's a talking bird.
Can't I just give that screwdriver for that bird? I guess I can't yet. Not yet, at least. But it's good to know. I also got a calculator out of this somehow. Anyway, I also gotta talk to Abraxas, or whatever his name is.
It's a flower bed. There's plenty of room for more seeds to be planted in there.
Okay.
That's one mother of a plant. I wonder if it's a carnivore.
Could be. This guy is living in a weird house, though. Or is it just me?
It's a flower bed.
That's good. That's good
It's a
enough.
solid. It looks to have been carved out of a large tree, but the texture of the house is more stone than bark.
So now I need to get to the point where I have the option to return the old captain's bird so that I can trade the screwdriver for the bird and give the bird to the captain, but I don't know why. Although I always knew I had to...
honored guest, and I would have been with you presently.
Some of them look to be in English, but I know they're not. It's the Altung language Tobias told me about. The tongue of magic. It sounds a little disgusting, to be honest.
Okay.
Ruminations on the Chaos Principle by Roar Agustanja.
Does he have a tail? Also, it looks like a flashy Chewbacca. That might just be my opinion, but it does look like a
Be
flashy
welcome,
Chewbacca.
stranger, to
Also-
my abode.
Stranger? Don't you remember me? You invited me here.
Every moment we meet, and every moment we part. You are both stranger and friend, April Ryan.
I'm sorry, but could you try to be a little less obtuse this time?
I will beg for your forgiveness, April Ryan. I had a hard time to make myself understood amongst other peoples. I will pull myself into this moment, difficult as it may be, so that we can communicate and so that you may understand. It is important that you understand, April Ryan, very important.
Okay. So right now I'm gonna be quiet for a moment and I'm just gonna let the story unfold because I have no idea what's gonna happen and I wanna know more.
Thanks for your hospitality, Obnaxis.
Goodbye. Blessing.
Really? That was a goodbye message? Okay. Let's try that again.
Who are you?
I am Abnaxis of the Venar, ambassador to the
not like she
Irie
knew the name
Council in
before.
Marcuria. My people live far from here, and they do rarely visit your kind, and so I am their sole link to humans and Dolmari.
Why is that?
I alone among the Venar am able to focus on a particular moment and thread in time, and so to speak with those who flow with time, like you.
How do your people perceive time?
It is hard to explain. Any moment before this moment and any moment after is the same to me as this one. I have lived already and I am yet to live. Do you understand me?
Sounds like poor poetry,
I
to be
think so,
completely honest.
but how's that possible?
Everything is possible, April Ryan. There is magic and there is science, and between the two, everything is possible.
Can you see the future?
To me, every moment is the same. There is no future. I can relate moments you have yet to see, and I can unravel possible threads. But remember, the future I see may not be the one into which you walk. Moments and threads fluctuate, change. I can remember things that have never come to pass, and I have seen things that will never be.
So you can't tell the future.
I would see your possible futures, the likely threads among...
That's actually pretty interesting. The idea of you can see the future happening, but at the same time, you don't. Like, if you see one future, you see every possible future that you could ever take. Every choice you make leads down to a two-roaded path that splits your future. Every choice you make splits it up even more and more and more, and you see every and all endless possibilities, but it's almost impossible to act because there's just too much to see.
What's this veil you keep talking about?
Somewhere ahead, in our path, there is a dark veil through which I cannot pass, past which I cannot see. It is disconcerting to me to be blocked from the moments of my life.
How did this veil come to be?
It was, no, will be created in chaos, by chaos, to keep the future hidden. All threads converge on a single point here, beyond the veil, and this will happen only once. It is written.
So after this, I have to go
Written?
back to the
Where?
Enclave
In the prophecies.
to read another book. So I have even more reading to do.
Tell me about the prophecies.
Words have been written by seers who can discern from all possible threads the threads that are certain to be woven. These words are the prophecies.
And what do the prophecies say?
I'm not gonna lie, it looks like it
Prophecies
would be
speak
very
of a
troubling to
time
have
when the
those types of
balance will
hands.
falter,
Looks like you don't have
weakened
any
by the
much form
assault
of dexterity.
chaos and its servants. The moment the veil falls is the moment of uncertainty. The balance may stand, the balance may fall. I cannot tell which it will be, and I cannot even see the possibilities, the threads extending from each fork. But the prophecies also speak of a savior, as the
As prophecies
prophecies usually do. One who will bring order to chaos, only to release chaos on the innocent. One who will restore the balance, only to finally break it.
That doesn't sound like a savior.
The word in my tongue is Kanang La. Literally translated, it means the small seed who grew to a tall tree.
Kangang La. I'll have to remember that.
Can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit about yourself, Obnaxis?
Me? About myself? We, the Venar, are not good at speaking of ourselves. We always know who we are, and so we have no need to tell each other.
Well, are you married? Do you have kids? Or perhaps your people don't marry?
I would.
Yes, we do marry, and we always know who we are to be with. because our future is also our past, and so we also know our children, even though, according to your reckoning, they have yet to be born. My wife was, is, will be, the beautiful
How long has it been since you last saw them?
I see them now, April Ryan. Do not forget I perceive time in a different manner from your kind. I have given them your regards.
That
Well,
must.
Say hi to...
So he gave them her regards before she even gave them to him. I like this kind of ability though. It is fascinating the way to see time like that. At least to me.
Why did you come here to Marcuria?
I was chosen to be ambassador to Ireed when I showed a talent for seeing the flow of time from one point to the next. I was trained for a long time in locking myself into a single moment to communicate and understand your world. My people do not normally involve themselves with others, but the Veil has forced us to do so.
This guy talks
Why
a
don't
lot
the
about
Venar
the
want to
veil
involve
though.
themselves with humans?
In the wrong hands, our knowledge is dangerous. To know of the possible fluctuating futures, this can be a weapon to some who flow with time. We cannot interfere with your time. We are not allowed.
Who says?
The balance, the Guardian. The Guardian watches not only the balance between worlds, but also the balance within. Time is in balance, and if this balance is upset, the Guardian would know.
I
But
thought the Guardian was gone.
yeah, that was what I was gonna say.
So he is, and that makes it even more crucial to my people that we preserve the balance and not upset it. Chaos is our enemy, April Ryan, and we do our part to keep it at bay, as do you.
Hmm.
Are you planning on ever going back to your people?
When we pass through the veil to the other side and time yet again opens up, I will return to my people. I look forward to that day. I miss my people, and it is hard to speak with your kind. It makes me tired.
I know what you mean. I'm a stranger here too.
You will bring us through the veil, April Ryan, and then we can both leave this place and go home.
Where is your home, Abnaxis?
Beyond time.
Across the border mountains and north, to where the forests are evergreen, and where in winter the land turns white.
Do you know Father Tobias?
Tobias is a faithful servant of the balance, and he is a good man. He leads the sentinel down a narrow path, but he never wavers. We are friends.
So, I can trust him?
Trust is a concept which often puzzles me. Amongst my people there is never distrust. We always know the truth. But amongst your people, amongst those who flow with time, trust is important, a fragile thing. But yes, I do think Tobias is to be trusted fully. I cannot see beyond the veil, but up to that point there is no thread in which he betrays your trust, April Ryan.
That's actually comforting.
Have you heard of a man named Cortez?
No, I have not. But that does not mean I do not know him. Names are often fleeting, April Ryan.
He's my... well, some have called him my mentor, others a nutcase. I'm not sure which it is, but I'm leaning towards the former.
Your mentor? He is a shifter as well?
Not
no,
quite.
I don't think so. He doesn't travel. Shift between Stark and Arcadia.
I do not see him in my life, April Ryan. I do not know him. Beyond the veil, perhaps, but not before.
Thanks, Abnaxis.
You are old.
Okay.
I need some help in my quest.
Yes, you did.
I did? And what did you answer?
That I will help you as much as I can, but in the end,
I'm on my own. I've heard... What do you know about dragons?
Let's see what he can tell us.
I do not know much about the kin, but I do know a little. Perhaps it will help you, perhaps not. The Draic kin came to this world a very, very long time ago. Before the dawn of man, before the divide. The Venar had yet to learn to be outside
This guy has a flair for the
time,
dramatic.
and
I
there
like
were
him.
few other peoples on Earth. The kin played an important part in the divide, in separating magic from science, and in the founding of the Fathers, the Sentinel, to watch over the balance. It is said that
Hey,
after
Harry.
the divide
How are
of
you
the
doing?
4 Draic kin that came to Earth,
Now you
2
actually
went
know
to
what I look
Stark,
like.
and 2 to Arcadia. But that was a long time ago, 12,000 of
sort
your
of.
years. I do not know what has become of them since.
How are you doing?
You don't know where I may find these
half.
Draken?
To be honest though,
No,
this is
the
about...
white of the
Oh, thank you.
Draic kin,
Everyone
the
likes my
mother,
accent, and I
has,
don't know
according to
why.
legend, been
But
sighted.
thank you. I
The
appreciate
tale of
it.
the silver
Also,
spear
this
of
is how I usually
Gorimon
stream. You're never
speaks of
gonna
the
see my
mother
full
and her
face.
child.
I'm sorry.
Though I think
But
this is but a tale,
I like people to
and
see me like
far
this.
from
This
the
is
truth.
who... This
The
embodies me
story is
more
called The
than it
Silver
does
Spear of
without the
Gorimon?
mask. If that makes sense.
Yes, unfortunately I do not have this book myself, and I do not know of anyone who does.
What about the other dragon, the other Draic kin?
Of the Draic kin, I only know of the mother, the white of the kin, although I have heard tell of a god who fell from the sky into the ocean a great
Excuse
long
me.
time ago. But this may also be just a tale.
What else do you know about this god who fell from the sky?
Only what I have told
I know,
you.
but there's so
Someone with
many
greater
accents in the
knowledge
world.
of the
There are so
ocean
many
and the creatures
differences,
that
and
live
each
beneath
accent
its
is beautiful
surface
by itself.
may be able
That's
to tell
true.
you
But
more.
every single person has always told me my accent is beautiful, but I don't know what it is that makes my accent more beautiful than most others, I guess. If that makes sense.
What else do you know?
Only what I have told you.
Yeah, okay. Now
Have
the
you
disc.
heard of a disc that works as a key to the Guardian's realm?
Yes, but very little. It has been spoken of in the I Read Council only recently, brought to attention by the Tyrant Ambassador. He wished to know where it is kept.
That is
And what was the answer?
dangerous.
No one at the council knows or admitted to knowing, and the ambassador was asked to speak with the Sentinel, which he
I
is
guess
unlikely to concede
would get
to.
annoying after a little while.
The Tyrant are allied with the
But
Vanguard,
I wouldn't say your
and
accent
so
is
are
funny,
in
because I
political
do.
and ideological
Accents are
opposition with
fascinating.
the Sentinel.
I would love to
know
hear your accent at
Vestrum
some point.
Tobias. He would not speak a word with the Tyrant, nor the Vanguard. Not unless it was to challenge their philosophies.
So you don't...
No.
Okay.
Do you know anything about a...
I have heard speak of such a thing. I believe it was where the tower was built and the divide created. When the earth was one, it might still be open.
Any idea where it is?
I am afraid the Venar were never very
You can distract me in a moment. I just want to follow what's going on right now. But after that, I'm all yours and I can talk through here.
To the necessity of it. We had little
Also,
choice
this
but
game
to
is old. This
concede.
game is from
We
1999,
are a magical
2000.
people.
But it's
We
so
need the
much better than some of
balance
the other modern
because
games
we
that's
would
released.
not,
It is
could not
amazing.
survive without magic.
Hmm.
How would I go about...
You cannot fight chaos. It is not so simple. To oppose chaos, one must return order to that which has been affected by chaos, and thus reduce its powers. But this is not something everyone can do. Only those ordained by the balance can embark on such a dangerous task and survive.
Okay, so that's about all the
That's about it.
I
information that
am
it
glad.
can give. Yeah.
I'll talk...
Blessings of the.
Okay.
It's a nicely crafted bench.
Hmm. Anything else of note?
The Death of a Venar by Gale. A Brief History of the Northlands by Minstrom Lenier. By the look of it, it's not all that brief at all. Lord of the Rings. In Arcadian, I guess classic fiction really does cross all borders.
So apparently they have the book Lord of the Rings in an alternate world from our world. So the idea of the premise of this game is the main character can shift between the two worlds, which is the world of science and logic, Stark, which basically represents our Earth. And then you have the world of Arcadia, where magic is real, where dragons live and all that stuff. And apparently they have Lord of the Rings here.
The Psychology of Stickmen by G. Godager. Principles of Waging a Winning War Against Superior Forces by Surviving the Border Mountains. Ruminations on the Chaos Principle by Roar August. The Death of a Venar by Gale.
Oh, wait. Did I check everything?
Enter, honored guest.
Okay. Can I go up? Because I forgot to actually check upstairs. No, I can't actually check upstairs.
A Brief History of the Northlands by Minstrom.
No. Anyway, gonna read my journal right now. But yeah, this game is old and it's so good, and I'm not even halfway through. There's like 15 chapters in this game. And it's difficult, a lot more difficult than some modern games. Anyway, let's read the journal. When I asked Abnaxis, or Abnoxis, or whatever, however you pronounce that name, about the Dryken, he didn't really know much about them except for a story he'd heard about a god who fell from the stars into the ocean a long time ago. Whether the so-called god may be, it's a fair chance it's not something to do with these dragonkin creatures. It might be a good idea to run this by somebody who knows more about the myths and legends of the sea. So now I have to get the pirate, I call him the pirate, he's not really a pirate. I have to get a sailor his bird back. And that is probably what's gonna get him to tell me the story that I need to know. But yeah, I'm currently in chapter 4, so you've missed quite a bit of the story, but it's pretty interesting. I do keep my playthroughs archived, so if you want, I can give you the link to my YouTube channel, where you can see my past streams later.
Hello again, old man.
Eh? It be you.
He looks a little drunk, but that might be me. Long story short, the world is divided into two worlds, as I mentioned. Now, some people don't like the fact that they live in Stark, which doesn't have magic, so they're not as powerful as the people on this side who hold the key to the Guardians. So they're trying to reunite both worlds so that they can combine science and magic and become gods. That is what they're basically trying to do. Now, April, the main character, who is kick-ass, sarcastic, and cynical in the best way possible, is a shifter who can shift between both these worlds, and basically it falls to me to try and save the worlds, which is interesting because she doesn't really believe in herself, not anymore. But
I'd love to hear some more maritime
I
stories.
think it's gonna get better as time goes
Sure,
along.
sweetie, I be.
Have you heard a story about a god who fell from the sky into the sea?
Aye, that I be having. Although that be a story of man-eating mermen who ravaged the sea of songs, swallowing sailors whole and spitting their bones out to dry. Are you sure you be up for hearing such a cruel tale?
I've heard worse.
Ye be a tough little lady, be you not? All right. Well, like I be telling yous, the Sea of Song surrounding the island kingdom of Gien be a treacherous sea where countless vessels have disappeared without a trace.
That's also an
Now,
interesting accent,
this be near
in
30
my
long
opinion.
winters ago, mind,
Or is that even
during
called
me
an
second
accent?
term as captain of the trader Lucky Lady. We've been crossing the Sea of Songs for 2 seasons, and we've yet to be seeing any sign of the dreaded bloodthirsty mermen who lurk in the waters off the Guyenne coast. That night we be laying
A
still
little
with our
bit,
sails
but
down,
he's a good
awaiting
guy.
the wind to pick up and
I need to
carry
get
us
him his
north from
bird back, his
Arcuria,
talking bird.
when we be hearing a frightful scream a-coming from the port side of the Lady Luck. I be the first to rush over on account of me having me arm down the apple barrel. We just been to Arras to pick up 100 barrels of sweet Guyenne apples. And as luck would have it, I be there just in time to witness Sally Barney's horrible fate. He be in
Horrible
the
fate.
water, screaming and waving his arms, and the water around him be red as a midwife's arms after a grueling birth.
I get the picture.
He
Go
kinda
on.
does. He kinda does. I
Then I
can
be
see what you
seeing,
mean.
I glimpse a large, shiny, sleek body be pulling Sally down and swallow him whole. It be the merman come to claim the body of the sailor who dared across their sea.
Are you sure it wasn't a shark?
What?
Big fish with sharp teeth and dead black eyes and a large triangular fin on top?
Ye mean a black-eyed snapjaw? I guess it could have been, but it be no snapjaw. It be the dreaded merman
Sure.
of the sea
It's
of
never the
songs.
logical answer.
Where does the sea god fit into all of this?
Aye, I be coming to that. You see, the bloodthirsty mermen be not only happy with cannibalizing sailors, but they be sacrificing their own to their dark old sea god.
Actually, unless the mermen are human, they wouldn't really be cannibals if they ate humans.
Blood sacrifices to their dreaded god who lives on the bottom of the sea. Aye, that be the
This
truth
guy
of the
doesn't care
mermen,
about
fierce and
trivialities.
bloodthirsty cannibals of the Sea of Songs.
Thanks. Good story.
Aye.
I'm all...
Aye,
See you later.
if I not be.
Wow. That was gallows humor, if I'm not dead. What is this? What is it with the old sailor and long, pointless stories? I did manage to get some useful information out of the old man, however. He claims that the god that fell to the sea, the one Obnoxious told me about, is worshipped by bloodthirsty cannibal mermen who live in the Sea of Songs around the island of Gien. I think that's how it's spelled. The fact that they're not necessarily cannibal, just because they eat humans, didn't really deter him from finishing his story. I'm having my doubts about how bloodthirsty these creatures really are as well. Seems like the monsters he described in his stories could be some kind of shark instead of merman. Whatever the truth, if anybody knows the god who fell from the stars, it would be the merman. Um, okay, let's see if I can get the guy his bird back now. But yeah, there's a lot going on, and it is awesome. I once had a discussion with a friend of mine, and this is actually a very interesting topic. Video games have somehow grounded themselves into our everyday lives. We almost take them for granted, and all they really need is some fancy visuals in order to sell video games. They keep on pushing up games for early access, pre-releases, stuff like that, and oftentimes the games aren't even finished. And then you compare that to a time like this, where you actually had to put effort into making a game in order for it to be considered good. Are we going down a dangerous path for video games? It is an interesting question. Because while the visuals and the action have been becoming much better, the stories and the finishing touches, the polishing has become worse. I don't know, I think it would be good to go back to a time when these were the standards games had to uphold, you know? Or is that just me being fanciful? Anyway, let's check into the library real quick first.
The dragon's mouth is pointing straight down at the middle of the floor.
Now we're gonna see if he has another book for me to read.
Oh, oh, good.
Could I see?
Oh, certainly.
I'm looking.
No matter.
Hmm. Okay. Alright, Ari, I will hold you up to that conversation. Also, yes, monk donut hair, and it is an awesome haircut. It fits the guy. Also, hi Glitter, how are you doing?
I've heard rumors about mermen who live beneath the Sea of Songs, and I'd like to find out more about them.
Mermen in the Sea of Songs. Let me see what I can find, yes?
Well, I'm happy that you broke out of your lurking and say hi because I actually need people to talk to me. It's part of it's part of the updated Twitch program to become affiliate.
I did find
But
something of interest. I'll
I'm
leave it
glad
here
the
for you
monk's
to
hair
read.
made you talk. I really am. Thanks, Glitter. But no, the guy is great, even with his hair. Merum, also merman, merpeople or Murians. A magical people who reside in the depths of the great ocean and other seas. Little contact has been made with the Merum, who are believed to have been quite numerous in the past, but are now dwindling in numbers. Confirmed location of Merum cities is between the Bristea Atoll and Gaean, centering the Sea of Songs. Yeah, who knew that keeping a pool in the middle of a library would be a bad idea, right? Then again, it's a magical library. I'm assuming these books are magically protected, but that is making a big assumption. The reason that I'm assuming that, however, is because April, the main character, made the exact same assumption. Anyway, le- it's a magical world. Do they even know how to lemonade? Legends of mermen are rampant amongst sailors. These stories portray the merman as grotesque and violent light, betraying the truth of the largely peaceful people. Violent light. Although not much is known about Merum, their religion apparently centers around the belief of a benevolent god who lives in the immense depth of the great ocean, and who brought the Merum to earth from a place of distance and wonder.
Are you done? Let me take that back for you.
Bucus Lemonades.
It's a pool of seawater. It's a pool of seawater.
It sucks that you weren't there when she actually made. Exactly. And I don't know why he walks like that. Maybe his skirt is too tight?
I look like a serving maid.
Anyway, now I have to try and get the guy's book. I have spent too much time in the library. I don't have to try and get the guy's book back. I have to try and get the old sailor's bird back. Also, Glitter, maybe you know this. Can you use a screwdriver
interested
to
in a
magnetically attract
Nice
coins?
Magic wand for one of your exotic prizes.
Which prize?
I haven't.
Very well.
It's a talking bird.
I'm not talking to you.
Do I have to talk to the old guy again? First, maybe? Maybe I'll have to talk to Vestrum again. Vestrum Tobias. Maybe that'll help. Huh. He's not even reading right now. That is unusual. Come on, mouse, thank you.
Are you busy?
Notice how he's holding a... And now he turns around?
I'm never too busy for you, April. What
Noticed
may I
how
assist you with
how he's
today?
holding a Quidditch goal? A portable Quidditch goal?
Where
Again, you will
isn't that?
perhaps with again.
Thank you.
Good day to you.
I guess that's all he's gonna tell me. That's a really big staff. Maybe he's compensating for something. Wink, wink. Yeah, I don't have a flair for the theater. I really don't. Hey, at least I find myself funny, right? Somebody's got to.
Hello again, old man.
Eh?
Hmm. Back to talk to Chihuahua Face.
Sure, sweet. You want more?
You know what?
Ah,
I'd love to hear.
sure.
Tell me.
Aye, the fear.
Oh, never.
Aye,
I'm.
aye.
See you later.
If I not be dead, aye.
Actually, he's not petting down a fish. he is trying to mend his nets. I don't know why, but this is supposed to be a net. But apparently not, for some reason. Yeah, yeah, apparently it's a net. Hmm. I am getting a little lost where I need to be, because from what I read on, it was not supposed to be. Maybe this guy knows
Hello?
something?
I have some more.
Shoot.
Did you
Oh.
ever hear a story about a god who fell from the sky?
Stories aren't my thing, April. You should visit a library. I'm sure you'll find some stories in the books. I've also heard rumor of a people with wings who do nothing but observe and record history through stories. But I don't. Still, if you're looking for stories, it may be wise to check it.
What did you say about the flying people?
They're supposed to be great storytellers, and they've been observing this world for a very long time. But it could only be a rumor.
Okay.
Very well.
Thank
Always a pleasure, April.
Now I know something else that I need to look into. Holy crap, I'm just getting more and more books to read. No, the god that fell from the sky is another story than the story about the people with wings. This guy mentions that if anybody knows about the god that fell from the sky, it would be the people with wings. Maybe it's Icarus, although I think it's that caged bird, but that's my hunch. Brian Westwood just told me something I should remember. He said that there's been stories about winged people who observe and record history. If they've got records going back thousands of years, maybe know something of the whereabouts of the disc, the jewels, or even the entrance to the Guardian's realm. It's definitely worth checking it out. Also, Glitter, you ignored Airy. Unless you said hi and I missed it. But I wouldn't put that past me. I'm way too much of a scatterbrain. Where did I need to go? Oh yeah, the library. Point proven, by the way. Hey, you get to see his funny walk again.
Could I?
Oh, certainly. What is...
I'm looking.
No matter.
Are there any books about flying people who observe and tell stories?
Winged storytellers, hmm?
Maybe the reason he walks like that is because he's got to shake it off, shake it off.
I did find something of interest. I'll leave it here for you to read.
The
Even
island
more
of Elias,
reading.
near the Briston Atoll. Maybe I should try to go there.
Alasian, a crafty winged people who have recently dwindled in numbers and whose abilities to fly long distance has been steadily diminished over the past few centuries. The Alasian are known for their abilities to remember and tell stories from before the dawn of mankind and up to modern events. The largest known type of Alatians with whom traders have occasionally contacted resides on the otherwise uninhabited island of Alias in the Bristol Atoll. Okay. The Briston Atoll.
Are you done?
Now I have to go somewhere else again. Also, for some reason, he never puts the book back in the spot where he took it from, but if you ask him for the same book, he goes to get it from that same spot again. It's magic. Okay. Do I have a new location? I do not have a new location. I do have a new chapter in my diary. I went to the library, yes me, imagine that, to look for some information about those flying creatures that Brian told me about. And with Minstrom Yaren's help, I found just what I was looking for. They're actually called Alasian, and there's a tribe of them living on an island south of here. Alais, which is such good news considering how much I love water. And that was my sarcastic voice, by the way. Now, who do I know with a ship? Oh boy. Now I'm probably gonna go have to get the damn bird back. Okay, so let's go back to the old man, who's mending a net that totally does not look like a fish.
Hello again, old man.
Eh?
Do you know the island of Elias?
Aye, I be knowing lots and lots about the feared Isle of Elias.
It's feared? How?
Because it be a place of cannibals.
His own story
You
on his...
really don't know anything about the island of Elias, do you?
No, I do not.
See you later.
If I not...
I wouldn't feel too comfortable about sailing anywhere in that. It's like a toy boat for children.
Let's see if we go to the big boat. Maybe that captain I can talk to that captain.
How are you today, then? Did you ever hear of the Merman of the Sea of Songs?
You mean the bloodthirsty cannibal merman of the Sea of Songs?
That's it.
Never heard of him.
Lol.
Are you
Be
What's up with the shush?
Legend says that if you speak openly of the bloodthirsty cannibal merman of the Sea of Songs, they will hunt you down until they've caught you and devoured you.
And you
That's-
believe this legend?
No, I'm just trying to scare you off.
Do you know anything?
Of course. You find fallen gods most everywhere these days. They're an air in a hand.
Really?
No, of course not. There are no fallen gods in the sea.
So you've never heard of...
Now you got it.
Do you know the island of Elias?
The vacation paradise of the ancient Delmari? Certainly.
How do I get there?
It's near the Briston Atoll, but boats rarely travel directly to Briston from Marcuria. You'd have to travel via Guyenne.
So, through the fish people. Okay.
Can you give me a lift?
There are 3 problems with that scenario. Number 1, there's no wind, so we can't set sail south. Number 2, I lost my navigator a few weeks past, and I have yet to find his replacement.
Oh, that works out.
And number
I do-
3, you're a woman. We don't let women on board the White Dragon.
Isn't that a bit sexist?
It is.
Sexy is just what I worry about. What with a boat full of men being out at sea for months at a time?
Not sexy, sexist.
I'm a sailor, girl. What do you expect? Good bedside manners? Ain't gonna happen.
But
So, I also need to find him a navigator. Which I know that there is a navigator looking for work.
hello again, old man.
Eh?
I need to give that map, tell them about the new job, then maybe I could get,
Do you know how I can get past?
Aye, coin be the way, as me beloved wife always be saying. 'Course she'd be running off with a wealthy merchant while I be away at sea. Women,
I don't have much coin.
and I be at a loss.
I need.
Unless I be calling in a favor with the good Captain Horatio Nebave, who be traveling to Guyenne as soon as the wind be picking up.
What kind of favor?
Oh, he be owing me from back when I was his captain.
what? Wait, this guy who used to be the captain of the White? Okay, that certainly sounds interesting.
I'd love.
Sure, sweetie.
I'm.
Aye,
Would you cash in your favor with Nebave if I got your bird back?
aye.
Yeah, this guy
I be
named his
promising
bird
anything to get me friend back. It be a deal.
See you later.
If I
Well, let's get his bird back. But first I need to read my diary. The old sailor down by the docks agreed to help me get a ride south on the White Dragon if I help him get his bird back. How difficult can that be? I keep wondering how much he really cares about that bird. However, if he was willing to risk gamble it away in a game of cups, but hey, that's none of my business. No, it isn't. And you can soon gamble the bird away again when I get him back. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But at least I'll get my job done.
It's a lighthouse, much like the.
Okay. Now I have to walk to the city,
Stout guardians.
trade in my screwdriver for a talking bird, which sounds like a really fair deal. I'm definitely not swindling the swindler. And then I have to get the bird back to the captain, I have to find him the navigator. I have my work set out for me.
You still interested in a trip?
Which prize would you like?
The talking bird.
That scraggly heap of... A fantastic choice, young lady. Hold on a second and I'll get him for you.
I have questions.
So, your bird.
Did
huh?
she
Yeah. Wait a second. Did the old man send you to get me?
I guess he did. My name's April.
Oh, God, is there no escape? I mean, not that I like being cooped up in a cage for gamblers to gawk at and children to spit at all day, but give me a break. It's better than being locked away in a stinking chest. Thanks a whole bunch for rescuing me, April.
You're welcome.
No, hey, that's not what I meant. I was being sarcastic. Do you know what sarcastic means? Speak all tongue? Yes?
No, actually, I don't. I speak English.
English? I don't know where you're from, lady, but you're weird.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, so let me go already, alright? Enough with the I'm human so I can boss the bird around shtick. We're all impressed.
Sorry, I promised the old man I'd win you back. I need a favor from him badly.
Yeah? So what's so important you'd sacrifice a bird's happiness and well-being?
The fate of two worlds, billions of people, and the balance.
Yeah? Yeah? So, no, forget it.
So were you always just Bird? Or did you have a better name?
No, it's always been Bird. My full name is That Damn Bird. I learned that when I was 2 weeks old. That damn bird, the old man would say. No good ball of feathers. Then he beat me with a stick.
That's
Really?
cruel.
No. He'd just stick me in the chest and forget about me. Which is almost as bad as beating, believe you me.
I'm sorry to hear that, Bird. You know, if you were my bird, I think I'd call you Crow.
Yeah, well, I'm my own bird, lady, and I don't... Crow. You'd call me Crow? That's a pretty good name. It's a proper name, at least, not just an insult.
Anyway, I guess I'd better get you back to your master bird. He's pining for you.
All he's pining for is coin to gamble with.
It's really none of my business. Sorry.
Sure you are.
Hey, you're working on your sarcasm. Anyway, the one thing that I had issues with, did she just stuff that bird down her pants when the gambler gave it to her? Did she stuff a bird in her pants? I don't think I'm ever gonna unsee that moment.
Here's your bird, sir. It wasn't easy, but I got him back. I sure hope you're grateful.
Bird, blessed be the balance, me faithful friend and companion be back.
No, not back in the chest, not in the chest!
So that's what's
How
really
can you
in the
help me get
chest.
passage on a ship?
I be a man of me word. Speak ye with Captain Horatio Nebervale, the White Dragon, the ship behind yous. Tell him Umbrianos be sending yous to cash in on that old favor he be owing me.
Okay.
Thanks, old man.
Arr.
That was the lamest pirate R I have ever heard.
The old man keeps his bird locked in there. Poor guy. Bird.
Okay, now I need to talk to Horatio. Who's definitely not a prick in a suit, but we'll be ignoring that.
Hello. You know old Umbrianos, don't you?
The old drunk? Aye, he be a good captain once. But ever since he lost his ship, he hasn't been much worth to anyone.
Be that as it may, you do owe him a favor, right?
Aye, that I do. He saved my life more than once. And I wouldn't be captain of this beautiful lady if it weren't for him.
Guess what? I'm here to cash in on that favor.
I'll be damned. What did you do for the old geezer? Promise him your hand in marriage?
Don't you mind that, old boy. Just get ready to sail south. You're giving me a lift to the island of Elias. I mean, since you're already heading for Gien.
I am? That could prove a little...
How come?
For one, there is no wind. Clax, I believe his name is. Roper Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere beyond Riverwood. As long as he's got his dirty claws on the wind, this vessel ain't going
apparently
nowhere.
an alchemist stole the
Then
wind.
there's a little problem with my crew.
Who knew?
I can't very well leave the harbor without a navigator, and my last one decided he didn't much care for the sea anymore and went off to marry a serving maid.
But, okay. Let's say I manage to free the wind and find you a new...
You think you will be able to defeat Clax, free the wind, and find me a new navigator? By Jawls Pussfill, most likely they'll be holding your funeral within the week, girl.
Never you mind. As long
What's with Elias, anyhow? It's been deserted for hundreds of years, ever since the Dolmari fell victim to the Great Plague.
I need to visit the Elation people to listen to some of their stories.
As if there aren't enough stories here. Huh. It takes...
Oh boy. I've turned into everybody's little errand boy. Girl. Person. I do one favor for one person and boom, I'm running around the entire Northlands solving people's problems. This time it's some whacked out magician. Sorry, alchemist. Up north somewhere. He has, get this, captured the wind. How the hell do you capture the wind? I mean, I can just wave my hand a bit and voila, instant wind. But who am I to argue? Magic's never really been my forte, so I don't have a choice. I'll have to travel north, try to talk to this alchemist, this Roper Clax guy, into releasing the wind, and then come back here. I don't even know how much time we have left before chaos destroys the world, but I'll have to hurry. But since I'm not particularly familiar with the lay of the land, the lay of the Northlands, so to speak, I'll need a map. Then let us go get a map. I also need to deliver the other map. Oh my fucking god. Huh. At least maybe now the other person is gonna be at the tavern, and I'll be able to talk to her into becoming a navigator on the other ship. Maybe she's not back, I don't know.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Do you know?
I could not tell you, child, but from what I know of the ships in harbor, she will not...
Thank you.
You're welcome, child.
So I can't call her back yet, so now I have to go back to the map maker, get that map of the Northlands, get the wind back. Holy crap. Who knew saving the world would be this much trouble? If I had known that, I would have stayed in bed. Literally.
Did you make your delivery? By the back. Did you make your delivery to Tunlayak at the Journeyman Inn yet? By the...
What if I pay for a map? So I can't do that yet either. Great. This is turning out to be more trouble than it's worth.
Those monuments? They're enormous, like man-made mountains. It's a small barn. It's a farmhouse. It's some kind of cattle, but not the kind of cattle they breed in Kansas.
Hey, April, you're not in Kansas
Monumental.
anymore. I could go into the forest, but I think I just might end up getting lost. Is that crow following? Is that talking bird follow? It's not exactly a crow. His name is Crow now. Is that bird following me? Mercuria, the road north, the forest.
It's a discarded wagon wheel.
Okay. To the farmland. Cutscene. Am I gonna get a new traveling companion?
Do you always travel like you got a two-headed Besparian nymphate on your tail? I couldn't keep up half the time.
Crow, is that you?
Of course, there was that pair of stunning robin redbreasts. Twins, did you know? Not as if I could just leave them without a kiss or two. Or 12, as it turned out. Maybe I'm just out of shape after being stuck in boxes and cages and knapsacks for the past 20 years.
Lol.
I guess it is you.
Of course it's me! How many birds do you know with both good looks and a sense of humor?
You got a sense of humor.
How funny. Nah, that's funny.
What are you doing here, Crow?
What am I doing here? What am I doing here? How about a nice to see you, Crow, or I've missed you so much, Crow, or at least a glad to see you out of that chest, Crow?
It is nice to see you, Crow. How did you escape?
Cunning, milady. Of course, that keg of Androgen stone liquor the old geezer got his hands on didn't hurt. I've never seen such a shameful display of public drunkenness in my life. Well, not since the last time I had a thimble full of wine. Yeah, boy, were those ladies in for a surprise. When they were told I could talk, I'm sure they didn't count on my encyclopedic knowledge of Dolmari obscenities. The old man was gonna gamble me away again, you know. Went straight back to the cups handler after the, celebration. So, I decided to split before they put me back in the cage. That place was like a prison without the amenities. And let's not even mention the food. Did you ever try roasted Elguan dung? Ugh, pooey, duh, don't, ever.
Lol.
So, I pecked a button here and some soft tissue there and fled. I had nowhere else to fly, so I decided to join you on your, quest. It sounded like a spot of good old-fashioned fun. Like a Bird Zone adventure. It's not as if I came after you because I like you, though. You don't have any feathers.
Tsundere
Thank
much?
God for that. Okay, if you want to join me, I wouldn't mind some company. I'm guessing you'll be using your wings, though, and not your feet?
The ground's no place for a free spirit like myself, baby. Besides, I hear there are a lot of good-looking birds in this forest, and let me tell you, they don't parade about on the ground like winged chickens. Just try to slow down once in a while. Let me catch up.
Sure. But how do I get your attention if I need to talk to you?
Can you whistle? Like this?
Sorry. But wait a second, I got a little flute. I could use it to call you.
I'm not a sheepdog. Let's get that straight. You play your tune, and I'll consider your request. I won't be flapping to attention like a tame soldier hawk.
Deal. We better get moving, though. It's getting late.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll try to keep an eye out ahead in case there's trouble.
Hey, I got a traveling companion now, even though it's an annoying sassy bird. Still beats having no companion at all, I guess. Monday, July 31st. I have no idea what year it is in Arcadia. On the road north. I made a friend. He's very nice, very funny, and he's a bird. A talking bird. Crow ne bird. He's not actually a crow, but he reminds me of one, and his personality is a lot like Crow Boys, my favorite cartoon character. He escaped from his owner, or captor, to be honest, and decided to join me on my little adventure. I'm just so happy to have somebody to talk to, and with luck he'll be able to help me out once in a while as well. We agreed that I'll use my flute to call him in whenever I need him. You may not be able to tell from my writing, but there's a big silly grin on my face right now. Aww. A girl and a bird. Not the first time I've heard that story. I'm winking to the one person that probably can't make it to the stream. Huh. What is that? Is that a mole? Or how do you...
Dear. Oh dear me. Please, human, don't kill me
A
and skin
hedgehog?
me. I haven't even sung to the soil yet.
Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you or skin you.
Oh my. That is good news. Very good indeed. Who are you?
My name's April. What's yours?
In my language, it's Bandu Umana Banta Au Rubana Bitana Benort. It means the little one who tries hard to live up to his father who sings to the soil.
That's a mouthful. So, what do I call you?
You can call me Ben Bandu, the sad little one. Banda is the name of my people. We are the little ones.
Why does it suddenly feel like I'm acting out a very poorly written children's book? Why are you sad, Ben Bandu?
Why are you sad, Ben Bandu?
I'm looking for my brother. He's been gone in the forest for many days, and I've not heard him sing to us. Our people don't walk about the forest much. It's too dangerous for us. You haven't seen my brother, have you? He's short, about my height, with a tan coat and a mischievous glint in his eye.
You're the first mole. The first Banda I've met.
Oh dear. I hope he's all right. A lot of our people have disappeared this summer.
What happened to the Banda that disappeared?
What happened to the Banda that disappeared?
We don't...
If I see him, I'll let him know.
Oh, thank you.
Aren't your people called the Mole People?
That's what the city dwellers and farmers call us. They say it with sharp tongue. Moles. Dirt diggers. They don't like us very much. Our given name is Banda, the little ones. Or the Banda Banta, the little ones who sing to the soil.
How do you sing to the soil?
When we're old enough,
By Boogie
and we
Woogie?
found our voices, we just sing. And the earth shapes itself to our needs. We live in harmony with the earth, just like the birds do with the air.
Good luck on your search, Ben.
And the best of luck to you, April. Please, if you see my brother, tell him to come home. We're all so very worried.
That sounded almost like one of those machines you could... that had those automated messages input. Good luck on your search, April.
Hey, Crow, would you mind doing me a favor?
I was having this tete-a-tete with a pretty young sparrow, but hey, Crow at your service. Did you say favor? Oh, sure thing. Unless it's something extremely... No, make that even remotely dangerous.
Not at all. Just scout out the forest from your vantage point. See if you can find Ben Bandu's brother.
Ben who?
The mole I just met. I thought you were supposed to be watching me. Didn't you pay attention?
No. Mole, you said. They're savages, a lot of them. You eat birds, even.
Crow, I eat birds. You probably do too.
Yeah, I love a roasted duckling and a tangy orange. Oh, well, yeah, I see your point. Looking for a lost mole, then, are we?
Yeah, and they're called the Banda.
I never got into that whole PC thing. It's not Tyrox, it's the tyrant. Don't say chicks, say birds. Don't say birds, say women. I don't know, it's all a little too complicated for a simple man of the air like myself.
Just go look for the lost Bandu, okay?
Yes,
Oh.
ma'am.
Get your ass in gear. That's nicely animated though, considering how old this game is.
The bridge is out! Damn! The bridge has been completely destroyed. The edges are charred. Whatever caused this, couldn't have been floodwater or simple wear and tear. I'll have to find some other way across. This gorge is too deep to cross and the river too fierce. It's a woman, I guess. An old woman, and it looks like she's in...
Let's talk to her, see what she has to
Oh,
say.
please, pretty lady, pretty, please help me. I've fallen and I can't stand up.
What happened to you?
Oh, I was out picking bones. Berries for my stew and flowers. Yes, pretty flowers. Then I tripped over a big old root and twisted my ankle. It hurts so.
Where do you live?
I live not far from here, not far at all. No, help me home and I'll cook you a fine stew, I promise. Yes, I promise. Just help me home.
Okay.
Who are...
Oh, I'm nobody at all. Just a
Picking
frail
bones.
old woman picking bones. Picking berries for her stew so she can feed her prisoner. Guests! Feed her guests and fatten them up for the long winter.
Really?
Why do you...
Because I'm just...
All right, I'll help...
Oh, yes. Thanks, Plumplet. I still need your help, Plumpwood. Pretty girl. I can't walk all the way home by myself, you see. Help me home and I'll...
Lead the way, ma'am.
Yeah.
I look like a serving maid.
Let's have a look
Looks
through
like a
the
cozy
window.
little burrow, like a hobbit hole.
Is there anything else I can see? Because I am not trusting this.
They don't look like the edible sort. In fact, these mushrooms look cancerous. And ugly. They look cancerous, and I'd rather not... They look cancerous, and I'd rather not touch them.
Can I get them with anything else? Probably not.
They look cancerous, and I'd rather not... Cozy.
Come in, honored guest. I'll just check on my stuff. Oh dear, what have we here? This stew isn't good enough to stuff. To serve a guest as plump, as well-built and delicious. Why don't you just wait here and I will go pick some more berries and spices.
But wait, what about your bad back? What a strange... I mean, what a strange woman.
You too, April.
There's something not quite right about this place.
Really?
Like those skulls, for one. They look disturbingly humanoid.
Really? You're being dense, April. I have a first encounter with a Banda today, saying Mole Man is apparently like a racial epithet and a big no-no with these people. His name was Ben Bandu. He was a really sweet man. Or boy. Or whatever he was. I can't really tell. But he was sad. Ben had lost his brother in the forest. He was looking for him. I told him I'd keep my eyes open, and I urged Crow to do the same. I hope he's alright, because if he isn't, this forest is probably not such a friendly place after all. Okay, I'm gonna
What's that
save.
sound? Where's it coming from?
I'm gonna save. Because I'm in the lair of the witch.
It's a wooden table with a tablecloth made of some kind of animal skin. Something's cooking, all right. It's a loose floorboard. If I'm not careful, I could bring that pillar crashing down.
Okay.
That's a large fireplace and a fierce fire. That pillar looks a little shaky. It's kind of shaky, and I don't want to risk bringing the roof down on top of me. Grotesque decor. Grotesque decor. It's a small humanoid skull, like that of a child. Good.
And apparently I'm gonna pick that up.
Grotesque decor. What are those things? They look like... It's a window, but it's too small for me to squeeze. I can't climb up there. Besides, I'm too big to fit through that tiny window. Looks like a solid piece of furniture. It's got a chain tied around it.
And there's
There's
somebody
that
in.
strange knocking sound again.
And there's somebody inside of it.
It's locked solid. What was that? It sounds like somebody's trapped inside the cabinet. It's a broom. By the looks of this, too big for me to carry around. But maybe I could use it some...
I guess that works. Oh! Well, I figured it would be the brother. Who else would it be?
Who are you? Are you going to eat me?
I'm April, and I've come to rescue you.
Oh my, did my tribe send you?
So to speak. I met your brother, Ben Bandu.
Ben Bandu? Bandu umanu banta orobana biutan binoart?
I think so. He said to call him Ben Bandu.
Because he was sad for me? He will be so glad to find that you've rescued me then.
Those are adorable little
yeah.
creatures, though.
There could be a tiny little problem with that.
The Gribbler captured you too?
The Gribbler?
I guess whatever the Gribbler is, did capture me. That took me by surprise since I did come here willingly.
That's how she works, the Gribbler. She tricks Banda and humans.
Friendly old lady, she's not. What's your name?
Really? A
Bandu
Yoda reference?
utamatuta uyatan ayama binaort.
That's a little difficult for me to remember. How about I call you Bandu Uta?
Oh my, yes, that would be fine. We have long names, us Banda, as long as our tunnels.
You can tell me more about your people later. Right now we...
Okay, another diary entry. I've been tricked! I should have known something was wrong with that old woman. I mean, she was drooling and slobbering all over me. She kept tripping over her words and saying stuff like prisoners instead of guests, and her teeth were abnormally large. But still, if you can't trust sweet old ladies who've hurt their legs picking berries in the forest, who can you trust? Hansel and Gretel, my heart goes out to you kids. All kidding aside, however, we need to get the hell out of here before the bitch comes back. But how? I really like April's attitude. I really do.
Not so solid after all. Not so solid after all. Grotesque decor. It's a broom. It's kind of shaky, and I don't want to risk bringing the roof down on top of me.
I'm probably gonna have to talk to him.
Come over here. Let's try something.
Oh dear me! What are you going to do?
I'm gonna get you out of here. Hold on. Can you break the window and get through?
Oh dear, I'm so sorry, but it doesn't seem like I can do that. The window is too thick for me to break.
Okay, so I first need to break the window. Okay. What can I use? Cauldron.
Something's... It's a wooden table with a...
Wait, can I use that skull to smack through the window? Yep.
Come over here. Let's try something.
Oh dear me! What are you going to do?
I'm gonna get you out of here. Hold on.
Now we can at least escape, although I do have a feeling I have to bring this place down on the old woman's head.
Hey, wait a second. I need you to open the door for me. Don't run off. Damn. What the hell am I gonna do now?
I am back with the berries and... What's happened here? Why is the...
That is one ugly woman.
What have you done, you stupid little human?
I just saved an innocent person from being your dinner, Gribbler, so there.
So, you think you could come into my house and set my dinner free and get away with it?
Well, I will get away with it, because soon a lot of people, armed people, will come to get me and to kill you, so you'd better...
I guess you will be my dinner tonight, then. And I had hoped to...
Oh, come on, Gribbler. You can't honestly think you can eat... Oh, shit. I look like a serving maid.
That works. Not quite what I thought would happen, but that works.
Hi, Ben.
Oh dear, where's the monster?
She vanished like smoke up a chimney. Do you know what happened to your brother? He just ran off, didn't even stop to say goodbye.
I met him back on the road. He was running like the wind. Said that when you helped him out of the window, he spotted the Gribbler returning, so he went to get help. I told him to alert the village, gather as many of the Banda as possible, and come back here, and that I'd try my best to aid you in the meanwhile.
Thank you, that was very brave of you.
Brave of me? Oh my. You defeated the Gribbler. You are a hero. I owe the life of my brother to you, the life of everyone in our tribe.
It's the little victories
I
that
know
count.
my fellow Banda will want to reward you for your gracious deeds. You are invited to our village with me, and I will tell my people to prepare a grand feast for you.
You don't have to do that, Ben. I just did what anybody would have done.
That's
But
also
you
not
did
exactly
it.
true.
Give me your map, and I will show you where our village is. Then I must run ahead to tell the Banda that the Gribbler is no more.
Okay, well apparently now we're going to have a feast with the little people. Monday, late afternoon. Wow, what a day this has been. I met a bunch of new people, including a couple of furry guys and a talking bird. Killed an old witch, freed a captured Bandu, and was invited to the Banda village for a feast in my honor. Compare this to last week when my dramatic highlight of my day was getting sausage on my pizza instead of pepperoni. I feel so empowered. And starving, and to be honest, I'm a little hungry too. But that's a concern for later. We are first gonna continue a little while longer.
April! So glad you could come to our village and sit by our fire so we can thank you in the proper manner.
It's my
Why do I get a
privilege,
feeling
Benbondu.
these
I
little
wouldn't
people
wanna
are
pass
gonna
through
be
this forest
evil
without
too?
visiting your village and seeing for myself how the Banda people live.
Oh my, you speak so eloquently. My brother sits by the fire. I know he wishes to speak with you. But the elder would speak with you first. He rests in his hammock up on the mound. Go speak with him, and then come down again, so we can celebrate the death of the Gribbler and the brave escape of April Ryan and Benbondu's brother.
It's the Elder Bandu.
Let's go talk to the Elder Bandu.
The hero of the day comes to visit the old Bandu. Let me see your face, human. Make yourself shorter. That's much better. The human is closer to the soil now, and she may even feel it like we do. Moving, shaping itself, breathing, beating.
I don't feel anything. Sorry.
So the human is not a digger. But we don't judge her because of that. The human is a hero, she is.
Don't
These are
call
all
me that.
little
I'm not a
Yodas.
hero. I was just in the right place at the right time to help somebody out.
She destroyed the evil that haunted our forest and rescued one of our little ones from the creatures of chaos. And so she is a hero. She's the one spoken of in our songs, is she not? The one who will deliver us from an evil presence and who will go on to save the balance. You are she.
So apparently even the mole people have stories about her.
Well, we will see. We will see. You will sleep in our spirit dig tonight, and then tomorrow we will see. Now,
Thank you.
go, eat and drink and dance, and then go to sleep in the spirit dig.
A very long...
We are all on a journey, but yours is the most important one ever.
Okay. Ben
Oh
Bandu
dear,
and Ben
it's
Bandu's
April.
brother.
Sit down.
Are you feeling all right? I thought you disappeared on me back at the Gribbler's lair.
Oh dear, I do apologize. I saw the Gribbler return from the forest, so I ran. I was going to get help, you understand. But then I bumped into my brother, and I told him what was happening.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thanks to you, April. How did you kill the Gribbler?
Lots of luck and a little bit of quick thinking. My limited talents in the martial arts were woefully underused.
Were you frightened?
I don't think I've ever been so frightened in my entire life. Kinda exhilarating, actually. Although at this point, I think I've had quite enough excitement for a
Haven't
lifetime.
we all?
Oh, dear me. I could never be as brave as you, April. Ever.
What is the spirit dig the Elder told me about?
Oh, it's a sacred place. A very sacred place. It's where we, the Banda, can speak with our ancestors, ask them questions, and learn from their wisdom.
Yeah? Well, the Elder said I was to sleep there tonight.
He did? The Elder said that? Then you have been honored by him, April. Only those worthy of the spirits of our ancestors can spend the night in the spirit dig.
Where is the spirit?
Right behind you, at the far end of our green.
Enjoy the party, guys.
Oh, but it's in your honor, April.
I'll do my best. Oh, Crow, I just noticed that Crow was here as well. Let's go talk to him.
It's Crow. When did... Crow?
Oh, hey, I was, wondering what happened to you. What happened to you?
I thought you were supposed to help out in the search. I could have used some assistance this afternoon.
Yeah, but I did find some banda, didn't I? Just not the one we were looking for is all.
Oh.
And besides, I was beat. My wings can only carry me so far before I need a twig to rest on and a couple of juicy berries. Speaking of berries, did you taste the ones they got here? The word is yum. Big yum. I don't know what they soak them in, but hoo-hoo, man!
Well, at least you're okay.
No, sure, you know me. I could use a good flea plucking, though. Care to reward me for my diligence?
No.
Diligence?
I'm guessing I'll be plucking...
Anything else interesting around?
It's a hammock built for a Bandu.
That's into the forest. Well, I guess that's everything here, so let's go to the spirit deck.
It's not a big fire, but it's comfortably warm in here, and the smoke has a very pleasant, very mellow texture to it.
So, in other words, you're getting high.
Mushrooms? Or chairs? Or both? Psychedelic furniture. I know some people at home would go crazy about stuff like that.
To be honest, you sound like you were getting pretty crazy too.
There are tunnels extending down into the earth behind the screen.
But I guess it's time to go to the bed.
It's some kind of bed made with twigs and moss. Not as comfortable as a real mattress, I'm sure, but I'll just lie down for a few. No, screw that. I'm getting a good night's sleep. That's what I'm doing. I've never been this tired in my life.
Nice. But we've made some progress again. Another whole day passed. Ow. I just knocked into my headset. Ow. That hurt. But yeah, get some night's sleep, April. You've earned it.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
And there is other April.
What? What are you doing here, you arrogant bitch? You don't think you can really save the world, do you? Who are you? Don't tell me you don't recognize me, April Ryan. I'm you. That's impossible. This is just another dream. I must be dreaming. Think again, loser. This is as real as it gets. Why are you here? I'm sending you home, that's what. You're a sad little twit, don't you realize that? There's no point subjecting the entire world, two worlds, to your feeble attempts at redeeming yourself, is there? Go away, leave me alone. How the hell am I supposed to do that, Einstein? I am you. You are me. Unfortunately for the both of us, we're inseparable. I don't need this Freudian id crap. Not now. There's so much I have to do, so many people I have to help. Oh yeah? Like you really believe that? Like you give a shit about those people? You're doing this for yourself, April, and that's why you're gonna fail. Shut up! Shut up! That's always your way out, isn't it? Telling people to shut up when they speak the truth and shutting them out when they're getting too close for comfort. tell me. I do it because Daddy hurt me. Screw that. How do you think you're gonna hold up when this job gets tough if you can't rely on anybody or believe in anything? I'm
She's not
doing
wrong
it,
about
aren't I?
that.
Yeah, because what kind of choice did you have? Face your problems back home? Face the nightmares? I don't think so. So you run, and you think you're putting distance between yourself and your fear of the past and the present? All you're doing is running straight into an inevitable nervous breakdown. Like right now. You're talking to yourself, April. Now, that's not something a mentally stable person would do, is it? Shut up!
Again?
Shut up!
It's okay, April. It's okay.
Charlie? Charlie, is that you?
Don't you worry. I'm here. I'll take good care of you.
Oh, God, Charlie, I'm so glad that... You're not here. You can't be. I'm still dreaming.
No, you're not dreaming. I'm here, but in spirit only.
Is it? Is it really you, Charlie?
We are Charlie, your friend. We feel his heart and his mind, and his sleeping spirit joins us. But we speak from the great digs of the beyond, where the songs of the Banda never end.
You're the dead?
We have passed into the soil. We are spirits, and we have come to guide you.
I love that they take the shape
Why,
of
Charlie?
Charlie.
Why do you show me Charlie?
He loves you, and so he guides us here, into your heart and mind.
He loves me? Charlie loves me?
You are not alone in the world, April. There are many who care for you. Your friends and your family. Your real family. You are not alone in your journey through life.
What do you know about my family? My real family?
They watch out for you, April. That's all we know. They have never abandoned you. They have just let you live the life you needed to live, to understand. It's important that you understand.
Understand what?
That life, even when difficult and painful, is a gift. That love is priceless and rare and precious. That every good action, every good thought counts. And that a single person can make a difference, can change the world, if she puts her mind to it, if she believes in herself, and the people who believe in her.
But everything is so frightening. I don't understand half of what goes on around me.
Did not the mother say she would help you? Watch out for you? Did not Charlie and Emma, your friends, offer to give you a helping hand when you didn't even tell them the truth about what was going on? And Cortez the Red, did he not prove himself a friend as well? How then can you be so afraid when you have so many spirits to be with you in your darkest hour?
Cortez the Red? Please, tell me what I have to do. I'm just fumbling in the dark here.
Follow your heart and your spirit, April, and use your mind. These are your weapons, and with them you will defeat chaos. When you wake, tell the elder that you've had a Bakbar, that you've spoken with the band of spirits, and that your name amongst our people is now April Bandu and Bata, April Digger who will seek and find.
Oh, don't go. Please don't go.
And she's knocked out again. And that is the end of the chapter. Tuesday morning. I guess I had what you call a spiritual awakening last night, or at least a visit from the spirit world. Whatever that is, either that or an incredibly vivid dream, but I am betting that's not it. Say hello to the ghost of Christmas future. April, staring yourself in the eyes and realizing you're a complete bitch is not an occasion to be celebrated. Okay, so she wasn't really me, but the things she said have all crossed my mind from time to time, especially lately. As for Charlie, does he really love me? I mean, like, love me? I had no idea. No, that's a lie, I guess. I had some idea, but I didn't really want to deal with it because I don't feel that way about him. He's sweet and kind, and I simply have a tendency to fall for the wrong guys for the wrong reasons, like now, like with. Oh no, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I should probably go see the elder. However, this is where I'm gonna be saving it and leaving it off. Sadly enough, I am still not feeling 100%. It's a great game, and I'm having a lot of fun, but my mind is not completely into it, and I'm not gonna completely ruin it. But I will be returning to the game soon, and we will be pushing this story onwards and into all three the trilogy. I hope you all had as much fun as I had, and I wish you all a very pleasant day. And with that, I would call Apocalypse out.